Got it.
And we're live.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. When I say everyone, anyone who might be watching. I'm in Edinburgh, and the sun has come out, and Timo's not far away. And if you've followed any of this, we've been editing a 15-minute installation for the Great Fruit Market Gallery in Edinburgh. It will be on 4 screens. Each screen will be huge, and each screen will have projections and 2 sets of audio. But we're not editing there. We're editing on a single screen here, and therefore we're having to imagine quite a lot of what it'll feel like and look like in the actual big epic space. For the last 2.5 days, we've edited, and we've had really good progress. This is the script here, like this, like that, and we've edited that script. And what we're going to do now for the first time is watch the 15 minutes, make notes, and then make hopefully just small changes, because hopefully it's nearly there. Timo, you've already watched it at lunchtime, is that right?
I have.
And what did you think?
I think it's good. I just made tiny adjustments, just what we've done today. There's quite a lot of text that we put in today, and the timings weren't dead on. See what you think. I think it's fine now. Like, we're a bit on a time construction, obviously, because we're on time at the moment.
Yeah.
So we don't want to really lengthen it.
We don't want to lengthen it, but we can take sentences out and things, whatever. Okay, I mean, should we just go for it and watch it then?
Let's do that.
I should also say that if anybody's watching that I'm not well at the moment, I've got COVID, and it's got a bit worse throughout the day. So we will probably not work all afternoon, or I won't anyway.
You're ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. It's like they're talking to each other already, isn't it?
Yeah, it works. I was worried that it would be too, narrative-y in some ways, but it's actually quite modernist and fragmented in a way that it needs to be, And I think we do get a sense of an older woman talking to a younger woman. We do get a sense of the older woman's on 1 and 4 and the younger woman's on 2 and 3, but we don't stick to that completely. So there's a wee bit of ambiguity on that as well, which is good. Sometimes younger Willie's on screen 1 and 4, and etc. So I think it's good. I think the audio is good. I mean, I've got some notes here, but I think the timings are right. Yeah, so I'm pleased.
Yeah, super.
Okay, so can we just go through it?
Yeah.
A couple little audio things.
Yeah.
So on these open. So the cows. Do you like the cows? I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's one weird little bleep in that audio. If you could cut it out and mix. Oh, yep, that's a bubble bursting, but it just sounds slightly like comedy, Timo. So I don't know if you could mix around that. The good thing is it's complex enough. There's enough going on to make you think, oh, I could watch that again just to get it fully, which is good.
Okay.
And my next comment is when we go into the first piece of music, can that ramp in even more? I know it's coming in slightly too hard still. I think it should come in slower or something.
Yeah, I haven't done anything to that actually. That's just
okay. We'll do a bit of a ramp up to it, Timo, just because it's quite hard, but it's good. Yeah, that's nice. The music's really good.
Yeah, or is that?
No, I think that's good.
Okay.
It's funny, we have established the high cello for the young Willie and the low cello for the old Willie. We don't really repeat that again, but that's fine, isn't it? We don't need to repeat it.
No, yeah.
It's short, such a short. I mean, you realize how short 15 minutes is, isn't it? There's not a load of free time in there.
Yeah.
As you said when we were editing a few days ago, we do hear the gaps in the breathing when it suddenly goes to silence. So you or Ania will need to find something to fill those gaps, obviously.
Yeah.
My next thought is when it's a bit of that 50 years ago, when older Willie says 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is like sort of the sixth bit of. It's just coming up somewhere. 50 years ago. See there, I just wondered, should we have a quick cutaway to the glacier? It felt it needed something, a little bit of dynamism. Just play it from there for a moment, please. But I mean, I wonder if we did a really quick cutaway to something handheld on the mountain.
I mean, like, yeah, that's where I find it hard to, because it's in a film that's totally the thing to do, Just wonder whether.
I just feel as if these two women are mentalizing at the moment, where they've both got an image of 50 years ago at this moment, and I just let's just see.
Like what I was thinking was, is it like I wasn't sure whether the 50 years ago for you was actually necessary.
But otherwise, how do we tell? We have to tell the audience that this is the same woman, and therefore we're two different.
Okay, do you think that's not clear?
I think it's not totally clear. That's fine if it's not totally clear. But 50 years ago for you, this is the beginning of the little struggle between them. Whose memory is this? Whose memories are these? What sort of memories? Are they long ago memories, or are they very recent memories, or something?
Okay, I mean, maybe just to avoid confusion. Yeah.
So so what we haven't done is is used any photographs of young Willie on the glacier, but I think it's good that we haven't, because that makes it too much like a documentary or something like that.
Yeah.
But
okay.
In there, after the young Willie says, "Oh yeah, moving that would be good," and then I'm thinking that in the in the folder which is called Grindelwald clips.
Yep.
And the last video in there, Timo, which we've used before, it's the one that ends 32452. And then there's a bit of that where it goes wide. See that bit there. See where just that moment there where the eye lifts up from the ground up. I think that little moment might be enough just to give people that sort of flash of.
Yeah, and that's on all 4 screens.
Yeah, I think so.
Or just on the older one.
No, I think because they're both having this memory. You know what I mean? They both have it in their minds, and so let's put it in all 4 screens.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you? Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice. Should I have some audio on it as well? Just to, you know, sometimes people say that memory is silent, but it often isn't.
I would, my hunch would be not to put anything on it. Just leave it in the moment of them both remembering it. Just
okay, so it's a silent memory. Okay. My next comment was, you know, when we go to the 4 screens, which are very bright, and it's film grain footage. But that sequence works very well. That one with the multiple screens, things going on. It's where I say grid-headed. Yeah. Now, first of all, I think for me it's not working for all 4 of these to come up at once.
Okay.
So I think that number 1 should come up first, number 2 second, number 3. The others stay up, you know, but just to give the audience a slight sense of moment. Okay. And then that number 1 stays up and number 2 comes up. Yeah. And then number 3 comes up, then number 4 comes up. Yeah. Yeah, I think that helps, Timo. I just found it a bit confusing to see them all at once. I thought, oh, well, I'm missing something here. Now, could you move the music around as well?
Okay.
Could you start the music on screen 1, then add it to screen 2, then add it to screen 3, and then add it to screen 4? So it starts on only 1 speaker and 1 set of speakers and ends up on all 4. Is that possible?
We start the music here though at the moment. We started early.
Yeah.
So it will be on all 4, and then you just wanted to go to 1.
I think so, because we haven't played with that very much. I mean, we haven't. Some of the, when people do installations, they often play a lot with that. But I think we're being quite subtle here. But if you basically, so you're going to cut the music off 3 screens and then reintroduce it. Is that right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would be nice.
Okay.
Thank you. My next comment was when one of the Willies, I can't remember which one, says, out of my head. This works.
Out of my head.
Out of my, I can't even read my own writing. Mountains curved around us at the center, kind of had an image. They saw it. It seemed to be my brain. I guess it was. Oh yes, I couldn't get it out of my head. So it's after the 4 sketches, you know, when we're looking at the 4 sketches. And it's quite static that bit, but I think so, yeah. Just, you know, when, yeah, so here, I thought something needed to happen audio-wise here. When we're going to this ice footage, I was thinking maybe footsteps or something, footsteps and ice.
Over this?
Something here needs to happen, a little bit of extra.
I really love that without anything. But
I mean, it's definitely working, and the music is fantastic here, but it needs it. Yeah, I'll play it again. Music is fantastic, isn't it?
if anything, I think.
I suppose something will get audio will get lost there, won't it? Because that needs to be really loud, isn't it?
I think, like you say, the music is so powerful and nice. Really, yeah, I don't want to ruin it with putting something on it, to be honest.
It's just once or twice. Well, we can look at it again with Ania, but once or you know, I think the music is sort of in a metaphorical way doing the cracking sound, you know, that you can feel the tension in the music where these bits of ice would be rubbing up against each other. But we'll look at it again with Ania in case we need to add something in, but it won't affect the timeline in any way.
Okay. Yep.
And my next comment is on the sequence where we look at all the circles.
Yeah.
And that's working for me. On the fade out of the music here.
Yeah.
It felt this transition needs to be slower, I think, before we go into what's happening. That we go into Drippy Cave. Yeah, I know I suggested that should be fast, a hard cut, but it's not working. So let's do more of a crossfade here, Timo.
How was that?
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll just be with you in a second. Okay, so the color work, I was wondering, but I've been just messaging with Rob there, and he likes this shot, the quick flashes to the color, so let's leave them in. And then my only other comment really was when we get to the new pictures, you know, the different older Willie picture and the color Willie picture. Would they work? Do they work for you to go to different versions of the same woman? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I think so. It's a bit of variety. Well, then the music into these, I think, needs to be ramped in a bit more slowly.
Okay.
Or maybe maybe it's the dripping needs to ramp out a bit more quickly, or It's just those two things are too close together. You know, it feels as if we're forcing a gear change at this moment, and it needs to feel slightly more natural.
Like it's just like a fade down and fade up, and
I think maybe fade down the dripping a little bit earlier, so there's a moment of silence before we fade into the next thing.
Or just have it a bit longer, or do you want it to be over by that point?
Which?
The dripping.
The dripping should end earlier.
Okay.
And the music should have, is the music shifted, or is the music still where it was?
It is where it was, but it fades up more slowly.
Okay, we'll try losing the dripping a little earlier, because you know what I mean about forcing a change. I feel as if that moment isn't quite ending. That's nicer, I think.
Okay.
There are all my comments.
Super.
So we haven't changed the timeline at all, is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
It's quite something, isn't it? So do you want to do the captions now?
The credits.
Or sorry, the end credits, or do you want to draft them, or?
I did do a draft and then.
Okay.
So.
Right. Yeah, I was wondering if cello and composer. Okay, they're quite big. Probably when you go over the picture, you'll have to make that smaller. Do you think?
Yeah, if it's okay, I don't put them actually over our picture, because I will just put them over the screens, obviously, but not on these just now.
Oh, just now, because it's.
I mean, I can, but it's just like, there's so many layers. I can do a mix down and lay it over, but
okay.
I think, like it will change anyway once we have these full screen, don't we? So, do you know what I mean?
No, say that again.
So I can lay them over here now, but I mean, obviously, it's just for.
Oh, once we move that background image to.
Yeah, I mean, once it's full screen for screen 1, 2, 3, and 4, then these will be way bigger again. So if you want to see it, it's fine, but it's a bit. Yeah, it's going to change anyway again.
Sorry, what's going to change, Timo?
Sorry, what I mean is, like, so we have screen 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
So this, like, you can't really judge them anyways. It's better to judge them on the actual size of one of the screens in big.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because that's how we're going to see them in the end. It doesn't matter. Okay. Do you want to see them on these?
If it's not too much difficulty, yes, please, just to see if it's going to work. Again, to have two sets of credits, and one's a lot more than two. Yeah. If it's not too difficult to do it now, I'd like to see it now. Thank you.
That's fine.
Sorry, Timo, could I ask for a change in that one that's parked there?
Yeah.
Instead of still images, it should say paintings and stills. Copyright. Well, I mean, sorry about that. Thank you you did all that during lunchtime. Thank you.
Paintings and stills.
Paintings and stills instead of still images. No, sorry, down at the bottom line beside copyright instead of still images.
Ah, sorry. Okay.
It feels good. It feels intense in a good way, doesn't it? Because she had an intense experience and you feel some of that intensity, I think. Yeah, thank you. I was worried that the ending would seem a little flat, but the endings, I think it's good, isn't it? You're just sort of staying wide and sort of saying, look at this landscape. It's going to be nice. I like that color on the mountains.
Sorry, I'm having a moment here. Why can I not see that? Oh, again, because my brain's so stupid. Again, I'm doing that thing that I'm thinking of the wrong. So I want to put it onto number 4. That's why I'm an idiot. You really should phone that other editor. His name is Phil. He's really good. Okay, this is like a total.
If this is going to be too laborious, Timo, that's fine. It's more that I wanted to see the size of the captions and the readability on the mountain shot, but I'm convinced that they are going to be they're the right color, and they'll look nice on the mountain. So if you want to work on these offline, you can. If you prefer.
Why? Like, it is a bit of a brain thing. Like, how about I just do them and then I show them to you?
Okay. Let's do it like that. But I think the color works well, and yeah. So then, what about the clock?
Yeah, that would be fine. I mean, if you're okay with a clock like that, then that's easy.
I quite like the clock in white. Obviously, it has to count down, not up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going down. It's just like.
Is it?
Like, I show you, like.
Okay, so could it be without the hour on it? So you just want the 765 without the 0001 on it. You can just mask out the first 4.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you see the 1, you think that's 1 minute. You sort of read that as 1 minute something. So if you can mask out that.
Yeah, no problem.
And could I just see that other caption, the bigger one, just to sort of fact check it, as it were? For fruit market, director yeah. So that gallery manager line, it is sort of slightly out of line, isn't it? Before columns name. So if you could bring those 2 words, gallery manager, 1 space to the right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then could there be an extra line between the fruit market credits and the Wilhelmina Barns-Graham Trust credits as well?
Yeah. Okay.
So that we can read the Barns-Graham Trust title a bit better.
Okay. Yeah.
And thank you, Bofa Productions. Could that be a bit smaller?
Yeah.
And I think the F of but that size. Yeah.
Joking me now. Why?
I don't know. Anyway, I'll leave it with you. You know what I mean there. Don't you move those two boards along a little bit?
Yeah.
And add an extra gap between the Fruit Market credits and the Barns-Graham Trust credits.
Yeah.
I think that's all there. So what will happen now, Timo, then, is that you'll turn this one film into 4 films, basically. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then you will do, as we've discussed, you'll do some initial reframing, and then you and I'll go through and make the final framing choices for all the images.
Yep, I think that's the thing to do.
And how long do you think you need to do those processes? Do you need all of tomorrow?
I can let you know.
Okay.
I have no idea how long it will take, to be honest, because
I'm just thinking for the people watching, how much of it we're going to offer them to watch. I think we should offer people to watch that final bit, even though it'll be quite boring, that final bit of framing once you've done the initial framings.
Okay.
So what's our guess? If we met again at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, do you think you might be ready by then, or?
I don't know. I find I can make a start this afternoon, and then maybe I can tell you tonight how long I think it will take.
Right, but obviously there might be or might not be people watching now. So could we make a guess now, or can you not even guess?
I can't really know.
Right. Well, then I might have to guess, because we said we'd work tomorrow. I'm going to say, if anybody's watching now, I will guess at 3 o'clock tomorrow. But if it's not, if Timo isn't ready by 3 o'clock tomorrow, we'll put out a message on social media and the Fruit Market website or whatever. But roughly, I'm thinking, Timo, that it's fine if you're not ready by 3 o'clock, but I'd rather say something now, which we can then change.
I mean, we can, I will have something to do there. We can definitely do something at 3 o'clock tomorrow, and then.
Okay. Well, I think that would be nice then, if we can do, if you're not finished, we'll have a look at what you've done at 3 o'clock tomorrow at least too. I just want to, given that we've opened up this whole process, we might as well open up the final process, which is in a way is the sort of slightly the least interesting bit for people who have been watching. So we'll regroup at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and we'll look at, this will be, if you're watching, this will be the first time for you to see what this looks like as a series of individual frames, i.e. what will show on each of the 4 screens on Fruit Market, rather than in this 4-quadrant thing that we've been cutting on. So 3 o'clock tomorrow, we'll have something to look at then.
Cool.
Thank you for today, Timo. Sorry we're finishing early. Anybody who's watching, that's partly because we've just worked so efficiently and partly because it's quite intense and partly because my COVID is kicking in big time.
Okay, super.
Thanks, Timo.
Hope you feel better soon.
Thank you.
All right.